So that's only a generalization, but like I was talking about like your grades, like where your knowledge or skill or studying or whatever is causing the grades, because there are numerous factors possibly involved. Depending on what your grade is, that puts you on grade level or less. Now, once we hit to pre-cal, all bets are a little bit more off, because pre-cal is in a way punching above grade level already. So it changes it. Okay, so questions from text.
How many questions are we allowed to get explained?
2 or 3, depending on time. 1 through 18.
We do 4.
We can do 4. So 4, if you graph it, looks something like this, where it's got a couple pieces, and one of them looks more or less like this, and the other one looks more or less like this. I think I drew it a little bit more like the one where it shifts it over, but you get the point across either way. Right? So that's what it looks like, right? So, if the question asked, is this a continuous function or
No, it says state the domain and range of the
Let me finish. Thank you. If the question had asked, was this a continuous or a discontinuous function, we would have said discontinuous, right? It's got a jump discontinuity. However, it's asked for the domain and the range, right? So the domain is negative infinity to positive infinity because it always exists. Even at the discontinuity, there's function there, right? It's discontinuous, it's got a jump discontinuity, but it exists there. Now the range, however, is not, in fact, all the way. What's the lowest point on this graph?
0.
0, including 0, right? Because we can have 0 as a squared, x squared, yeah. 0 squared has an answer. So.
What's my brain doing?
Brain.
I reversed the 2 somehow. I knew that. That was very obvious. And I don't know why I did that.
You did it because of you were looking at that discontinuous place and trying to write it as both of the things.
Yeah.
Okay. What's 7?
What is 7, is that what you said?
How do you do 7?
Does anybody have any others before we do that one? We'll make sure we get something
Yeah,
from
let's do 7.
Anybody? Okay. Seconded. 7 is one that's actually easy, but on a pre-cal test, it once that's the fun thing about the higher we get up and things, that we end up making mistakes on easy stuff because everything looks scary. So let's take a look at it. If I can find my marker.
I did not remember.
Okay, so number 7 is f of x equals x squared minus 10x plus 21. And we're asked to find the y-intercept and the 0. So if you remember, or to find the y-intercept, we put a 0 in for x. So for the y-intercept, I'll write it all the way out just for clarity's sake. We're looking for f of 0, right? Now it's always the c, always. Evidenced by the fact that when we shove 0 in here, all that cancels, they give us just 21. So the y-intercept is 21. Now the x-intercept, or the zeros, we put a 0 in for y. I think you just made a mistake. I think I marked it on your problem. Like, did you look at the work? Because I think there was just like a small mistake, and I think I found it, but you can look at it if you want to. It's even easier than what you were doing, but
0's in for y. Oh, I see. Excuse me.
I think there was just a mistake in there, something like sign thing or something, I don't remember.
Oh, I got square.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so there's an easier way to solve it than the quadratic formula. How can we solve for x?
Factor.
We can factor it. He does in fact factor into x minus 3 and x minus 7. So then the zeros are 3 and 7. Great.
Can you tell me the difference between the infinite discontinuity and the removable one?
So number 6 has an infinite discontinuity. Removable is when there's just a hole.
Oh, so like, oh, okay. So the infinite is when they're like this.
Yes, or like this. Either one of those.
Oh, okay. So when it doesn't touch any lines and stuff.
Yeah, when there's basically if there's an asymptote and it's a vertical or a horizontal asymptote.
Okay.
I was right to begin with, vertical asymptote. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think I just messed it up in my
You
head.
just had a mixed up in your brains.
What would 6 be?
You tell me. What's the lowest x part?
Negative infinity.
Right? And then it goes all the way up to where?
Positive infinity.
But it doesn't include something. It doesn't include 1. There's an asymptote at 1, so you got to go all the way up to 1 and then union that with 1 to infinity. It's the same on the range too, right? Because it goes up to positive 1. That's what. Yes, ma'am.
You counted me off on this one because I didn't count it at the bottom, but it's not attached to the axis.
That was close.
Oops.
Which one?
So
So did you just take?
Use the table.
Where are you getting the negative 8 from?
that's where this is. Use the table and it'll also have you a 0 there. Theoretically. Assuming the calculator doesn't have a weird logic error. All right, any other question on the test?
16?
16. Oh yeah, 16. I thought you ended up doing 16, right? I don't remember.
The final thing wrong.
Oh, the domain part, the restrictions part. Gotcha.
What was one? What the heck?
Oh, I forgot to do the domain. Okay. Let's see the domain.
So for 16, we have f of x equals 5 over x, and g of x equals the square root of something, 6 minus x. And we're wanting to find f of g of x and state the restrictions and the domain of not the restrictions, but the domain of the
Did I literally just
f of g of x. Okay, so what do we do first to find f of g of x?
Put the f of x equation, put the g of x for x.
So it would be 5 over the square root of 6 minus x. Now that's ugly, we can't have that. What do we got to fix?
I don't know.
Would we multiply by the reciprocal? Or would, no, we would cancel it. So.
You're like close. You're going to multiply by something, and the problem we're trying to solve is we don't want that square root in the denominator. So just multiply top and bottom by that square root, and then it'll go away. Because square root times the square root is square root squared, right? And square root cancel, right? So that's going to just kill the square root in the denominator. So times the square root of 6 minus x over the square root of 6 minus x. And that's legal, right? Because this whole red mess equals 1. And something times 1 is the same thing, right? So that's why we can do that. Yeah? So we've got 5 times the square root of 6 minus x over 6 minus x. Now, what is the domain of this thing? So what can x not be? There's two issues, right? What are the two things that we can't have in here?
Can't have a 0.
0 in which one?
The
It's effectively the same expression, but inside here or in here? Which one is 0 a problem?
top one.
This one we can have 0, but we can't have a negative. But this we can't have a 0 for the denominator, right? Now, the trick is, the thing that can get a little confusing is x can be 0, but the whole thing can't be 0. So for the top one, 6 minus x has got to be greater than or equal to 0, and for the bottom one, 6 minus x cannot be 0. And so if we just erase this, then we have both in 1, right? So now we just need to solve for x. So what should we do to solve for x over here?
Add 6 to both sides.
True? No, not true enough. Lies. Stop. Go back.
Subtract 6.
Yes, that's the one. Subtract 6 from both sides, so we get negative x is greater than negative 6. Now what do we need to do?
Divide the whole thing by -1.
Yeah. And when we divide an inequality by a negative, what happens?
Reverse.
Then inequality flips, so the domain is x is less than positive 6, so written in interval notation, be negative infinity to 6, not including the 6, because of the denominator.
Is that the answer?
This and this are the answer. Okay. I think it's time for chapter 2. Finish them all? Okay.
Would I remember 15? Would I just how would I have started that? I couldn't figure out how to start either of these problems.
Well, if this is gone, and there's a line all the way across here, then you're done.
Oh.
Because you just put you're just putting this over 1 and then multiplying the numerators and the denominators. This times this times this, and this times 1. It's just this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. It's in my pocket. Cool. Okay. Chapter 2 time. Did y'all enjoy 2-1?
It was
No.
kind of tedious.
I was going to argue that I don't know that it's actually all that hard. It's just kind of a lot of little bits. Let me pull up the thing, we'll pull up the answers, and we'll shut this door. Since biology is clearly done with their test and being louder than we want to put up with. We did what, 2 through 40 maybe?
30.
30, more reasonable, okay. Two through 30.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I didn't journal on my notes.
Oh no.
I just turned in 4 pages into 5 pages.
4 pages instead of 5 pages. Oh no. Only in pre-cal. Well, unless you're somebody that y'all probably don't even know.
Unless you're who?
Somebody named Helen, but you probably don't know Helen. Although your parents know her parents, I know that for a fact.
No way, Helen.
Yeah, you might know this Helen, I don't know. Helen's great. She also has large handwriting, which is totally fine. It's legible. That button push did nothing.
You weren't recording the whole time.
What?
Were you not recording the whole time?
No, I was recording when I turned the TV on,
Oh.
the challenge. Challenge was on whatever the challenge is. It was on during Algebra 2 as well. I was rooting for Preston. I don't know who Preston is, but he was the first person we saw.
Ah, okay.
So, I don't know what the challenge is, and I don't honestly care what it is. There's number 2. Ah, you know what? I probably did. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry, Bree. Oh, that's fine. Because I could have just synced it. Oh well. Are you done with number 4?
Yep.
Okay. Number 6 is right there. Number 8. In behavior, number 8 looks like that, which is kind of a flipped upside down version of number 6.
Why is that continuous for all real numbers?
Doesn't have any gaps or jumps or asymptotes. Let me go over where I can point.
Oh, I see.
Do you? Are you sure I don't need to point? I have my pointing finger already.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
I understood.
Okay, good. All right. Number 10. He's right there. He is not continuous all the way.
Infinite discontinuity.
He does have an infinite discontinuity at 0, which means his domain is a little bit crazy. Number 12 is right there. Nice, pretty one. We had a kind of turned inside out version of that on our last test. And next thing, flip the page. Smoosh the page. Oh, stop it. 14. Very like 12, but smooshed and not quite as dramatic, although the way the interval they grafted on looks more dramatic. Number 16 looks like that. And then 18 looks like that guy. Which is a very thrilling sort of an exponential graph. And number 20 is this one. How far we went? 26, 30, right? That we did? 30? Okay. No intercepts. 22. It's also a rather exciting looking, actually that's more like a root graph, right? Inverted, a flipped over root graph. 24 is kind of like a
exponential, or actually more like a logarithmic graph. And that is some of the heart and soul of data analysis. Oh, sorry. Heart and soul of data analysis is which one of these models fits my data the best. And if you're in political data analysis, is which one of these models makes my data look the best to my constituents. You might think I'm kidding, but I am definitely not.
Yeah, I think you were.
How can we make the other guy look horrible? What?
Remember one of the infinities is an 8.
That's funny. You got orthogonal dyslexia for a moment. That'd be an intriguing disorder.
I probably have it.
Maybe 30.
28, and then is 30 a word problem?
30 is weird.
It was just strange.
Okay, because it's not on this page. I'll flip back to the other. 28 is right there. Also logarithmic-ish, kind of.
Are we gonna do more logarithmic stuff later?
I think we hit, yeah. I mean,
I'm pretty sure I saw log in a bunch of places, like in that
Yep.
little book.
you'll do it in, are you in, what science are you doing? Physics, chemistry, physics? Physics. Yep, you'll see logs in physics.
Uh-oh.
And then 30, it is a picture, but it's over here. And it looks like that. Look, exponential. Stop thing. 30A would look like that, bunch of dots. Your calculator will do that. You could also do the thing and pull things from the table and then put dots on your thing. That's what I would have done instead of trying to figure out how to do a scatter plot on your calculator.
I have zero idea how to do B.
Okay, we can certainly get that. What is B asking for? I see. Yeah, actually, 30B at this point in your life, I would say stick it in the calculator, which we will all figure out how to do on your calculators together in a moment. I want to see if there's any other questions before we do that, but yes. So, any questions before that? Yeah, and you can't do C probably without, well, not really, without doing B, right? No other questions before 30? Boys, y'all have any other questions before 30? To be clear, to be 100% clear, all of that chunk is the answer, not just the picture. I don't care if you can push buttons on your calculator. I mean, I do care that too, actually, at this point too, but I don't care if you can just push buttons on your calculator. You need to be able to understand all the words too. It's like, I got this, no problem. 100 right here. Got it. No big dealio. Okay, so 30B. All right, create a scatter plot of the data. So what we're going to have to figure out is how to put this in your calculator. So you're going to enter it in data or in table or somewhere like that. There it is. So what we may need to do, what might be easiest is if I pull some stuff up on the television screen for your specific calculator. We're going to look up something slightly different, but I think it'll get us to the right thing.
You both have an 84.
No. Literally all four of y'all have a different calculator.
That's annoying.
Regression. It's good for me because I get to learn things on. Do you first, Garrett?
Yeah.
TI 89.
I'm ready.
So we got to figure out how to put it in the table. 6.3. So you got to go to your apps, which is all the things, which will probably, you're going to want to do something similar, Aiden. You'll go to the apps, and it'll probably be the stat one, or there's also a table one. But if there's like a stat one, then that may be a better option. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably in that, you probably want to put it in that stat menu, probably.
I think the stat manager.
I got simultaneous something.
Let me see what you got, Garrett.
I press apps and I press 63.
No. You got to,
Yep,
before,
that's what it's for.
looks good. You got to set your window, however your window would make sense.
How
But
did I miss that?
yeah, so you need to put it in a stat list. I don't know where, okay. Why is it saying 6? Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's program editor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's definitely not right. You're gonna put it in a list. Sure, it's fine. Main folder. And then you're gonna list your numbers from the table. You're gonna want the table. Let's see, what numbers are we putting in? 1, 2, 4. Oh, no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enter.
Was this the one? Will this two mean X and Y?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
How do you see the scatter?
It'll be in a different app, and you have to, the apps talk together on your thing. It'll be in either, there might be a button in, actually we probably want calc. 85, 190, 370. So somewhere on your calculator there's going to be a calculation thing or a math thing or something, and we're wanting regression of some sort.
Aha, I got it. Regressions. Which
Once you
regression?
get the data in there,
Which
two
regression?
variable.
Options.
Oh, that's cool. That's not very useful, but that's helpful. Regression. And we want power function. And what answer does it give us? Yeah, well, that's what it is on this calculator. Yeah, great. Yeah, okay, so I figured out how to do it on this calculator. The more I get used to this calculator, the more it's easy. It's great.
What about power regression?
Okay. Yeah, power, probably. Yeah, power.
Regressions. Power
Yeah.
reg.
Yeah. And your X list is that X1 and your Y list is Y1 or whatever, probably, something like that. Did you find it on yours or not?
Not it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Mine says
It's,
dimension error.
you mind if I borrow yours for a second?
Yeah, I'm in the
Because I think I might remember how to do it. Let's see, where are you right
I'm
now?
in some random menu, just quit out.
Okay.
So it's second then mode.
Second quit, thank you. Stat, calc. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, stat.
Yeah, and then go over to calc, and then we go down to wherever power, there it is. So A. And then probably list 1 and 2. And then we should be able to just hit calc. And great. Okay, so once you get there, then we're pretty good. Where are you? Let's see. Did you make the lists?
Yeah, and then I do calc and reg and power.
You only did one of the lists. You need both of them. You got to list the X ones here and the
Really?
Y ones there. Yeah, it has to have both things. It's not going to just guess for you. So yeah, if you'll do that,
So,
then you'll be able to get to what you need to do. Yes.
So I have to plug in the 31
Yeah.
and the 30?
No. You have to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's silly.
Well, maybe. It doesn't know how to think. You have to do that for it. And then put the other one in there, and then you'll get it. So, once you do the thing,
I don't know what X list and Y list.
okay, so that's what you just had. That's what let's see. You don't know how to put it in here, which is true. It's probably, let's see. Escape for a minute. These ones. Yeah, X list, Y list.
Oh.
And then, so calc, and regressions, probably, nope, it's not A. Power regression, and then list 1, which we may be able to, that may be like a variable. Is there like a vars or something of variables?
I've never used that, no.
There probably is, where you can just like be L1 and L2 or something. I don't know. Or you may have to type it out. I don't think you have to type it all out.
You have to do
What does this say? C1 and C2. Let's see, can we name them in the, yeah, let's name them as they recommended C1 and C2 type of name. Let's do alpha, something easy. How about, where's L? H-I-J-K-L. L1, enter. What?
Free. Welcome.
A, enter, data type. Well, then just to get moving on, go to calc, and then regressions, and power regression, and then let's alpha, where's L? L, and then just type out list 1 and list 2. You can figure out later how to like give it a name that's smaller and figure out how to not do whatever error it was
Do you
getting.
have to put like a comma between each number? Or?
No. Like write list 1 here and list 2 here, like those words, because that's what the name is right now, right? The names are list 1, list 2. And you can change that name to something that's less obnoxious, but I don't know what button I'm pushing that's wrong, that's giving an error, but you can figure that out later. You can Google it, but yeah. We're figuring out how to put a power regression on our calculator, so you probably want to do that too, because that lets you answer 30B. So what I was gonna say before I was helping Garrett is it's gonna give you all this crap on there, right, on the screen, right, and it's gonna tell you what A is and what B is. It might even give you some format of like f of x equals a x b, and then it's going to list all this crap on there. And so A, it's going to tell you what A is, and it's going to tell you what B is. And so all you have to do to write the answer is f of x equals, and then whatever it told you, which in this case is 3.54. And then you put the x, and then you put your b in there, 2.89. And then you've got a equation that fits the data.
It gives you an equation to solve and you're supposed to solve it? Well, like it gives you an equation format and you plug the numbers into it and that's your answer?
Yeah, like it gives you, yes. Yeah, so it gives you it tells you, yes. Yeah. And it gives you a bunch of other statsy type stuffs or calculusy type stuff depending on what you're thinking. Probably statsy type stuff, which you don't have to care about right now. But if you take stats, you might want to care about it. Nope. What is all that?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, Garrett. All this that we're dealing with right now is why when I had this calculator, This is why when I took stats, I went back to my TI-83.
Why am I getting such different numbers?
Did you, let's see, how do we get to the list?
List. No. One
Trying
second.
to figure out how to.
Is it in table? No.
Crazy.
And I could have typed something in wrong, but I think that matches mine. I think what I have matches what's in the book, so,
Where's
yeah.
your apps?
My apps.
Yes.
My, like, for what?
This calculator is so different.
What are you using? I just got
I do the same thing whenever I'm trying to find lists on this calculator. Once you get used to it, if you're in stats, then then you'll do it all the time, so you get used to it. Oh, found the plot. Oh, there. Oh, what was that?
Nope.
Well, this is not graphing. It's a whole different thing.
Oh, hold on. And what am I supposed to do?
You should add a page that's like a statistics page or something, or a spreadsheet or something like that.
Spreadsheet. A
Yeah.
list in a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I would do that. And then put the table in there from 30.
Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4, 22, 25. So,
Just a quick question.
While you look, mind if I
5, 6,
see if I can remember?
7, 8.
Oh, I found it.
and then next is
So let me get out.
is
So you do go to stat,
4,
but you have to say, I want to edit it. And then we've got the list.
85,
So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 22, 85.
70,
Sounding accurate so far.
50, 1,050.
Okay, so let's see. 4, 22, 85, 190, 370, 650, 1,000, 1,500. Okay.
Oh, I did
So go to
15,000.
regression.
Oh, yep.
Power.
There we went. It'll be in a menu or something.
Statistics?
Or data. Stat calculations. Yeah. And then power regression. And then you say which the cancel. What did you name the lists? Let's see. You didn't name the list. Let's name the lists. Name it A. Sure. And whoop. B.
Well, that's nice. Just a freaking
Enter.
But it's not in QWERTY. It's
And
in,
then we
like,
want
I know, it's so
menu,
annoying.
statistics, and stat calculations, power regression. Next list A, B, whoops. Oh my gosh, dadgummit. I didn't mean to hit cancel. Statistics, calculations, that, A, B, okay, sure. There we go. So there's the A part and there's the B part. And the A part would go there and the B part would go there.
Oh.
Regression.
What's the R squared?
That is stat stuff that you don't have to worry about right now. Here's your calculator back. I wonder if yours is actually telling us something intelligent. Did you type out list 1 and list 2?
I did.
Frickin' thing. Why can't you just name it? Why can I not just go here and then A, enter, data type? I wonder if you had to do capital A. How do I do capital? Who knows? This capital A, enter, data type. Frickin' stupid thing. twice. That's matrix, press enter. Gosh, I hate it when they give these instructions. Just like, cause tell me what I'm doing. Enter the X, let's see. Type and variable name using the alpha characters, e.g. test. I know, get. Oh.
Yeah. Same. F5.
Calc. Regression. Power regression, which is somewhere. That one. Oh, look, it at least still says it in there. It's great. Oh, there it is. I think you pushed the wrong button when you were going there. This is what you want. See, now there's your
Oh, I
A and
didn't
your
get
B.
that.
Oh,
I
you
just pressed
you just like assumed that was just a random box, but that's telling you the things that you need.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, Bree, did you have any other questions other than 30? We had. Didn't do it. Okay. Got it catched up. Okay. Yeah, so what time is it? 12:16. And I don't think I want to give you a quiz on this lesson, so, go away or something.